I turn my face north. I turn my face to the north, and there are lakes and forests, and green rolling farms, and a labyrinth of mines, and all the natural wealth to keep a dozen great nations are here. Barley and rye and flax and oats and corn and wheat and clover, rich beds of iron ore and salt mines and silver mines and copper and coal. And I see butter fat and good wheat flour and milk and cream and fresh killed meat. And I smell the violets of Wisconsin and the wild prairie rose of North Dakota and the apple blossoms of Michigan. And I am proud, for this same North is a part of America, and I too am a part of America. And finally, I turn to the west. I turn to the west and I see Washington. I see the hunter's green of her forests and the icy blue of her lakes. And I see the rivers and valleys of Oregon and thousands of cattle and millions of sheep and a gray coyote whipping across the eastern badlands and frantic horses and men showing gray and sweaty in the corral dust. And in the west I see California. I see the redwoods of California, and I see a coastline washed by the Pacific, and I see the grim beauty of Death Valley burned by the sun and gleaming with the salt of a long-forgotten sea, and orange blossoms and bougainvillea, and the sky filled with test pilots, and the highways filled with the rush of engines, and the beaches and the mountains and the deserts teeming with visitors of every color, creed, and ideology. And I see Nevada. I see Reno, the biggest little city in the world. And there is Montana, tinted by her copper mines, and Utah and Idaho, and the painted desert of Arizona, and the clean, dry air of New Mexico. And I look at the West, so full of people and places and things, and strangeness and beauty, and I am proud, for this same West is a part of America, and I, too, am a part of America. And with deep conviction and great dignity, we must consider what must be done, for there is much to do. We must accept our duties as citizens with better grace than ever before. We must poll our vote with greater thought and rear our children with diligence, so they will be more intelligent citizens. And we must not turn our backs on our neighbor's distress or close our eyes to chicanery among those whom we have clothed with the dignity of public office. For we must be a united force with courage, with dignity, with humility, but with the wrath of a vengeful heaven for anyone within or without our borders who would tamper for one instant with our fine heritage. For this is America, and you and I are part of America, and we are proud